Good morning. August 20th, 2020. I'm Pastor Rusty. This is a Daily Inspo. I was studying in John 6 this morning, and I thought about when Jesus, after he walked on the water and the boat went automatically to the next shore, the Bible tells us, that the people were looking for him. They couldn't find him. They didn't know he'd left the area across the sea, and so they came to Capernaum looking for him, and then they found him. And they said, "When did you come here?" And he says an interesting thing to them. He says, "You're only seeking me." He said, "Very truly I tell you, you're only looking for me because you saw signs, but not because you saw signs, but because you ate your fill of the loaves." Well, that's the truth. People got fed, and they thought, well, this is great. We'll just follow him around. And then Jesus says, "Do not work for the food that perishes, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you, for it is on him that God the Father has set his seal." And then they went ahead and asked him, "Well, what do we got to do the works of God?" And he says, believe on me. Believe on whom he sent. And they said, "Well, what works are you going to do?" Now, they'd already eaten. They'd already seen miracles. But it still wasn't enough. They were willing to take what Jesus offered, but they didn't really want to get into what he was truly offering, which is salvation, a deeper relationship with God, and an understanding and those things of what God is doing. And I thought about that. It's kind of the same way today, isn't it? I mean, rarely do you find people who are sold out for God, sold out seeking him and following him. A lot of times it's, well, what can this church offer, or what can that church offer? And a lot of people church shop that way. They're looking for a church that has all the programs for their kids, and I kind of get that. Looking for the programs, because we want to take care of our kids. We want to get them in the best place and have them doing the best things. But the truth of the matter is that serious desire to walk with Christ, that desire to commune with him, is more scarce than the desire to get all I can get, to have all that the world has to offer. And the Bible tells us that, friendship with the world, to want and desire the things that the world has to offer, is enmity. It's a contention between God and man. And yet churches conform, and churches, we try to offer all the best programs, and we try to offer all the best. But the truth of the matter is, are we really digging into God? Are we really digging into the spiritual nature? He says, "Don't desire the food that perishes, but for the food that endures to eternal life." Digging in, feeding on the spiritual nature of our life, focusing on those things rather than the physical nature. That's not easy. It's not easy at all. It takes time. It takes effort. And that's one of the things that just seems like it's missing in so many people's lives. Because all we can focus on is, am I hungry right now? Am I warm? Am I fed? Do I have a roof overhead? And those things are important. I'm not saying they're not. But are we really nurturing our spirits? Jesus said this is what we should desire. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's something you can do today. It's something that you can focus on, your spiritual life. Are you starving to death spiritually, or are you well fed and thriving spiritually? Only you can answer that question. It's between you and God. I hope that you are thriving spiritually today. I hope that you realize this is the day the Lord hath made, and rejoice and be glad in it. I'm Pastor Rusty. I'll talk to you later.